I'm glad that's why I asked that question, like, could you tell the viewers how important it is for the language? Because I was very ignorant. Even though the culture helped me, but I was very ignorant to the language.
Here's the thing, just put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in Texas, put yourself in Atlanta, put yourself in London, and a foreigner comes up not speaking the language, and you're trying to understand, you want to understand, and you're trying, but you can't. And it's really frustrating to be able to, and then you're talking, you're having a conversation, then you have to wait for them to write it and then read it.
Yeah,
and then,
it's annoying.
Then you have to go back. It's tough, it's tough. So, you know, you got to give a shout out to the Dominicans that deal with Americans, because it's a lot of patience that they're showing for some people that really don't have a lot of patience. In Colombia, you know, there's pros and cons to both countries, but Colombia, they do have some sort of patience to you trying to speak, because they're and a lot of people there want to speak English or want to know, you know what I'm saying? And you get a lot of Dominicans, surprisingly or not, specifically in Santiago, that do speak English, but they'd rather not. We met a girl yesterday. We was eating at a restaurant. We met a girl that was she was the manager of the restaurant, or the owner. And she travels to my city. She got family. She got a visa and all that. And I was like, okay, you speak English, so why don't you speak English? She said, because you're in Dominican Republic, bro. And I said, oh, okay. She said, we speak Spanish here. And then I had to keep talking to her in Spanish, which is no problem to me.
Yeah, no problem.
But you know what I'm saying, I understand how they feel, and I understand the difficulties of communicating. And look, you got a female that you're digging or you're dealing with, and you don't necessarily speak the language. You're gonna miss a lot of things that she says, and you're gonna miss a lot of things that you need to know that she's saying. And
I mean, I was lucky because somewhat my child's mother, she speaks a little bit of English, so it was easy to, English is not perfect, but she understands a lot and speaks a little bit, so it was easy for me, because a lot of people, you know, they would say, well, you dated someone, but you can't communicate with them.
I never understood that.
Yeah.
I never understood that.
I would suggest to anybody, learn the language, please. If you're getting into a relationship with somebody over here, learn the language, because it's important, and you need to have that communication with them, especially when you can't put across what you want to say and you're reaching for the phone. Just learn the language. You know, don't do what I done. You know, I wasted a lot of time, and I've been coming here for years not learning the language, and I regret it. I'm bag on the language, you know.
I find here that here in this country specifically, there's a lot of women that don't want their man to learn the language.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I've realized that.
And so
because you know why that is? So they can control the narrative.
Right.
So they can control the narrative, control your money. And you don't know how much that is, give it to me. Okay. And they one thing I realized about Dominican, because when you can't speak Spanish, they love you to rely on them. It gives them that big control.
It does. And so, you know, a bill that's 500 pesos will now turn into 6 or 7, and she's taking a little bit. And it's cool. You know, if it's small like that, you know, but
we're good with 7 minutes.
You should want to try to learn the language. If you're going to be here for a long time, like try. I never, even guys that we know, I'm like, how do y'all been here this long and not be able to fucking speak so fucking fluently? You've been here.
I'm here.
For the guys that got 20, 30, 40 years here and don't speak Spanish, it's like, what the fuck have you been doing here? Like, learn the goddamn language, because it just makes so much easier for you. And when conflict arises, like when you go to the hospital, like even if you have to go to, thank God none of these guys had to, you go to the hospital and God forbid that one person that speaks English is not there. That happened to me in Colombia. I had to go to the hospital and there was no English speakers there.
Wow.
But I was cool. I spoke, you know, Spanish. There were some words that I didn't understand and I had to ask in Spanish, you know, what does that mean on the papers and shit. So, you know, there's some places that you can go that you really need something right then, and you don't know the language. So please, guys, don't take it. I know now. When we first started this YouTube, or when I started, there was tons of guys that would flood down here in other countries and didn't speak the language. Now there's a lot. I will say this: there's a lot of guys trying to speak more Spanish.
Yeah, there is.
Right?
There is.
But you get some OGs. I hate to, you know, I don't want. You get some OGs that fuck that. You can't teach an old dog, new tricks and shit like that. It's like, okay, bro. And then don't get mad when shit don't come out the way you are. And then when you sit down with me at the table, or we sit and you see me paying for something, and I'm paying less for something that you pay more for. Wait a minute, I pay this. Well, go keep paying that then. Keep paying that then.
So what's your plans? What's the plans for your channel in the future? Have you got any plans? Is your channel remodeling?
Yeah, I gotta change some things. I gotta change some things about myself. It's not really my channel, and then I gotta be more consistent. So my plan is to be more consistent, man. I just want to be more consistent and give content. You know, it's frustrating. It does get frustrating, like for the reasons that me and you talked about. But I never came from a position of hating on it. I like to see other guys' success. I like to see them grow. It's good. It feels great to see your guys winning, but I want to win too. Like I'm never gonna be that guy that sit beside somebody that's winning. I'm like, bro, we gotta win as a team. If I'm ever with anybody, and this is a specific shot at a specific person that I love, if you're doing something and you're winning, I want my whole team to win. Because when the team wins, everybody eating and everybody happy. I'm always like that. If you with me, we gonna eat together, right? If you in a country and your money fucked up and I got money, we gonna split something. Or I'm gonna make sure you good. That's just always how I've been, man. It's the team. I got 4 best friends, man. And when if none of us falls, if we fall, we rely on each other. We ain't fucked up. If I eat, we eat. If I go to the bar and buy a drink, there's 4 on the table.
Do you think YouTube? Do you think the black YouTube's fair? Because we ain't got much time. So do you think black YouTube's fair has become cliquey? The people click up and it's like, don't let him through, don't let him through. Oh, he's been here for a long time. We ain't gonna fuck. Because as I said, I always said, I see you are a threat, and I don't think you realise. I just don't think you still ain't realised how much you're a threat. You just haven't executed certain things, and I don't think you realise that. And I'm gonna keep on telling you that shit.
Do I think it's cliquey? I think now it is. I think you got your certain pockets. You know, look, we're humans. We're not gonna. We don't all like each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no kumbaya. Like, you know, there's people that don't get along, and that's just cool. But you know, you have certain you will have certain cliques. But you know what I'm saying? If you're one of those guys that like cool with everybody and don't got no smoking, you know you're good. I would say this, in this YouTube space, like I was told when I came in, be careful who you're standing next to. Be careful who you align yourself with. And so that's all I say, because you know, you've seen the Passport Bro movement get dragged.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And all of a sudden no one doesn't want to be part of it.
You guys leaving the Passport movement.
Getting tattoos on their body and then disowning the
and then you got guys doubling down on the Passport movement. And now the Passport Bros.
It's all cloud buffoonery and clownery.
It's a joke now to everybody else. Oh, so you're a Passport Bro? And I'm like, nah, I'm just a bro that travels. You know what I'm saying? So
they try and slap a label on your back.
And I've never, and don't be so quick to join up. So
you're saying you're not a passport bro? I've never been a passport bro. I'm just a black man that travels.
That's it. Don't be too quick to join up. Like, black people always want to be a part of something. Or if you're, you know, the white YouTubers got it right. I'm on my dolo, right? Don't be too, there's no Passport YouTube group for the white folks, right? Passport Bro group for the white folks. They do what they do and they own, you know what I mean, their own vibe and their own lane. Maybe they cross, you know, maybe they'll cross over and do certain things with other YouTubers, but there's no clique. Black people always need to be a part of something. Roll dolo. Do your content by your lonely, like Naughty by Nature said. Do your dirt by your lonely. And watch your channel grow. If you happen to run into some guys and you want to do some collabs, that's fine. But if you guys are looking to be a part of a group, nah. I have a group chat. There's nobody, like the group chat I'm in, there ain't nobody kiss my ass or nothing like that. They their own individuals. They have their own thoughts and ideas. They agree or disagree on some of the stuff. They agree or disagree on some of the stuff just like normal, but they do not kiss no ass. None of them dudes, man. Them dudes will tell you to fuck off in a minute. And I respect and love that. They ain't a part of no group. They move. They have different beliefs than me. We have different beliefs with each other, but we vibe, we rock, we respect each other. So just be careful when you get into this YouTube space. Start your channel. You're gonna have the trials and tribulations like we all go through in this YouTube space to get monetized and then to keep content fresh. But do your thing, stay consistent, and be careful who you stand next to. Because if you're in this travel space and you're standing next to somebody, you don't know if that dude is the P word. Or you don't know if that dude's doing the R word. You don't know what he's doing. right? Or he could have folded a girl up and put her in a suitcase. You have no idea. So be careful who you stand next to when you're outside the country. I know when we first got out the country,
We got 30 seconds, bro.
we first got out the country and we seen brothers that spoke English and from the same background we was, it was love. But I had to step back because some of those guys was doing effery.
B.O.B., always been a pleasure. Thank you, my brother. We've actually got 9 seconds. Go to his channel, like, share, and subscribe. B.O.B., thank you very much. Love,
appreciate you.
brother.